Why do Christians call this the Temple Mount? Why is it so sacred to Jews? And why is it the second most important city for Muslims after Mecca? The answers to these questions are hidden in the centuries-old secrets of the Al-Aqsa Mosque. This video tells the story of more than just a historical building. It tells the story of a sacred trust and its mysterious history. But be ready, because you will realize that everything you thought you knew about the Al-Aqsa Mosque is only the tip of the iceberg. When we hear the name Al-Aqsa Mosque, the Dome of the Rock often comes to mind. With its golden, shimmering dome, it is the crown of Jerusalem. However, the concept of Al-Aqsa Mosque, as mentioned in the Quran and Hadith, does not refer to just that single dome building, but to a vast complex that includes the entire courtyard, mosques, and the structures beneath it. This is where the first great mystery begins. What most of us know and see in pictures is actually only a part of the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Within that sacred area lies a history of hundreds of years, spanning a total area of 144,000 square meters. Every stone in this area carries the memory of a prophet, the mark of a battle, and the silent witness of a miracle. So, have you ever wondered why this sacred site is so important and what secret sets it apart from all other mosques? The story is as old as human history itself. According to some narrations, the Al-Aqsa Mosque was the second place of worship built on earth after the Kaaba. Its first foundations were laid by Prophet Adam. From that day on, the Holy Land has been a center of spirituality for humanity. Prophet Adam, the first man and prophet, laid the groundwork for a place of worship dedicated to the one God, a place that would later be revered by all subsequent prophets. It is known that Prophet Ibrahim, A.S., and his son Prophet Isaac, A.S., prayed here, a fact that solidified its sanctity in the Abrahamic tradition. Centuries later, Prophet David, A.S., after establishing Jerusalem as his capital, began a grand plan to build a magnificent temple on this holy site. His son, Prophet Solomon, A.S., completed this monumental task, creating a structure of unparalleled beauty and spiritual significance. The first temple was not merely a building, it was the physical representation of God's covenant with his people, a beacon of faith in divine law. It housed the Ark of the Covenant, and its every detail was a testament to the glory of God. This temple stood as a symbol of unity and divine presence for centuries until it was tragically destroyed. The greatest secret of the Al-Aqsa Mosque, however, lies in that blessed night when not only prophets, but also angels set foot on its grounds, and the gates of heaven were opened. For the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the Al-Aqsa Mosque was not just a stop, but a spiritual summit. The Miraj journey began with the event of Isra, when he traveled miraculously from the sacred mosque in Mecca to the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. This was not a physical journey alone, but a spiritual ascension that transcended the bounds of space and time. But why Jerusalem after Mecca? Why did this entire journey begin from the Al-Aqsa Mosque? Because the Al-Aqsa Mosque was the common heritage of all Abrahamic religion and prophets. On that holy night, the Prophet Muhammad was joined by all the prophets who had come before him, including Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. He was chosen to lead them in prayer, a profound event that demonstrated his unique status as the final messenger and confirmed that Islam was not a new religion, but the completion and final form of the same true faith delivered by all prophets since the beginning of time. This gathering was not only a historical event, but also a spiritual seal, a testament to the unity of faith and the continuity of the divine message. Every corner of the Al-Aqsa Mosque complex tells a unique story. The building we know today as the Dome of the Rock, with its golden dome, is often mistaken for the entire Al-Aqsa Mosque. This magnificent structure, built by the Umayyad Caliph Abd al-Malik, was constructed to cover the sacred rock from which the prophet ascended to heaven. Its stunning mosaics and intricate calligraphy are not just for adornment. They are a celebration of God's oneness and a testament to the artistic heights of early Islamic civilization. But more important are the other structures within the complex. For example, Al-Aqsa Mosque, located at the southern end of the main courtyard, serves as the primary prayer hall for Muslims. Its lead-covered dome and distinct columns have welcomed millions of worshippers throughout history. Other smaller mosques and madrasas, such as the Marwani Mosque and the Barak Mosque, are also part of the complex, each with its own history and significance. But the greatest secret of these structures lies in the tunnel systems beneath them. The sub-layers of the Al-Aqsa Mosque are comprised of centuries-old historical layers, a literal timeline of Jerusalem's rich and complex history. These layers are said to contain remnants from the Roman and Byzantine periods, and even artifacts from the Temple of Prophet Solomon, AS. So, what were these tunnels used for? Who walked through them? Historical sources indicate that these tunnels were used for both religious and military purposes, providing access to different parts of the complex and serving as a safe passage in times of siege. However, what is most intriguing is that these tunnels have not yet been fully explored. Scientific excavations and research continue to unveil the secrets lying beneath this holy land, reminding us that there is always more to discover. After the Hijrah, when the Prophet and his followers migrated from Mecca to Medina, Muslims prayed facing Jerusalem, the Al-Aqsa Mosque, for about 16 to 17 months. This shows how sacred and central the Al-Aqsa Mosque was to the Muslim community. It was a spiritual bridge between the past and the present, a symbol of continuity with the prophets who came before. However, with a later revelation, the Qibla direction was changed to the Kaaba, the sacred mosque in Mecca. This event did not diminish the importance of the Al-Aqsa Mosque. On the contrary, it became a spiritual test and a trial for Muslims, an affirmation of their absolute obedience to God's command. The Al-Aqsa Mosque has been not only a spiritual center, but also a focal point of historical conflicts. During the Crusades, when Jerusalem was occupied, the Crusaders desecrated the holy sites, turning the Al-Aqsa Mosque into a stable for their horses and converting the Dome of the Rock into a church. This dark period, where the sanctity of the place was violated, lasted for 88 long years. However, one of the greatest heroes of Islamic history, Saladin al-Ayyubi, rose to the challenge and liberated Jerusalem and the Al-Aqsa Mosque. When Saladin entered the city, his first act was to clean the Al-Aqsa Mosque with rosewater and restore it to its former glory. His action showed the world that the Al-Aqsa Mosque was not just a building, but the honor of a nation, a symbol that could not be taken and would not be forgotten. Today, the Al-Aqsa Mosque still stands tall under challenging conditions. It is not just a place of worship, but a symbol of resistance, honor, and identity. Every day, thousands of Muslims, despite all the difficulties, continue to pray in that holy courtyard and touch those walls. This act of devotion is a living testament to the mosque's enduring spiritual power. The olive trees in its courtyard, which have stood for centuries, are a reminder of its resilience. The fountains of Qibla and other historical structures provide not just water, but also a sense of historical continuity. The various minarets that grace its skyline have called the faithful to prayer for hundreds of years. This shows that the story of the Al-Aqsa Mosque is not just a tale from the past. It is a living and breathing center of spirituality, a constant reminder of faith, struggle, and divine blessing. As you can see, the story of the Al-Aqsa Mosque is not just the story of a building, it is the shared story of an entire nation, prophets, and miracles. Throughout this video, we have uncovered the truths hidden behind those walls. We've seen its importance from the very beginning of creation, its role in the most miraculous night of Islamic history, its resilience through occupation, and its enduring significance today. So, what do you think was the greatest secret of the Al-Aqsa Mosque? In our next video, titled Prophet Moses and the Story of Qidr, 3 events a prophet could not understand, we will explore one of the most mysterious and thought-provoking stories in the Quran. For now, goodbye.